We got a roster update for you, Saints fans. Welcome into Saints Now by Chat Sports. My name is Trace Girouard. Nick Underhill had the roster news first. New Orleans native Roderic Teamer, he's a safety, is back in the state of Louisiana as he is signed with the hometown team, the New Orleans Saints. And really quick reminder for you, if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe. Thank you so much for helping us cross 28,000 subscribers here on the channel. Now we're going for 28.3. We're at 28,011, so help us out, Saints fans. Get more updates, get more videos, and multiple live shows a week by hitting that big red sub button. Diving straight into the news, Roderic Teamer is a player who has had a couple of different stints with some different teams in his NFL career. He's been in the league for about 4 years and was signed with the Chargers as an undrafted free agent back in 2019. He played at Tulane, and again, he grew up in New Orleans, but he did sign with the Colts back in January of 2021, but was waived in May and later signed with the Raiders, and he did try out with the New Orleans Saints at minicamp, so that is pretty cool to see that he impressed the Saints enough to at least come back for training camp. Now, here are the stats for his career in 2023. He only had 6 games played, a 51.9 PFF overall grade, no turnovers, no pass breakups, and only 5 tackles. But in 2022, he did play a full season, and this is the only year in his career that he played all 17 games, whether it was due to suspension, injury, or just, not being high enough on the depth chart. Roderic Teamer has been, an interesting story to say the least. I mean, in 2019, his rookie year, 40 tackles, 2 pass breakups, and an interception. Really, really good stuff, but he has never quite lived back up to that rookie season. Now, the thing that is pretty nice around Roderic Teamer is his versatility. He is lined up at almost 400 snaps in the box, 133 in free safety. He is lined up in the slot almost 250 times. In the corner, he is lined up 34 times, and he's actually lined up on the defensive line at 95 different times. So what this tells me is he lines up a lot in the middle. He can line up on the defensive line. He can line up and stop the run, stop those short and intermediate passes over the middle. And I think that this is a player who could find himself with the roster spot considering what you have on the depth chart. Now, I will say this. I don't think Roderic Teamer is a player who's going to challenge Jordan Howden or Millard Bradford or, Jonathan Abram or Tyrann Mathieu for a lot of snaps on the defensive side of the ball. But I do think that he could find himself in a spot for special teams. But I like Millard Bradford a lot. He's actually been really highly praised coming out of minicamp, coming out of OTAs, and he's been really, really impressive to the New Orleans Saints. So I think that he actually has a better chance of making the roster. But where Roderic Teamer has a lot of value is special teams, special plays, special players. You know what they say out in the world of sketch. He is hilarious, and honestly, I wish I could get more content of his. But Roderic Teamer, he has a ton of special teams experience. He's lined up in kickoffs. He's lined up on punts. He's lined up for field goal blocking, and that right there is value alone to the New Orleans Saints. And I do believe that when it comes to a player like Roderic Teamer, that's where he's going to find his spot on the roster. Now, JT Gray is the special teams ace, so it's going to be an interesting training camp battle to say the least, but we got a lot more to discuss here coming up in just a second. But I got to give a big time shout out to today's presenting sponsor, and that is Chubby Shorts. Who Dat Nation? It's summertime. That means the skies are out and the thighs are out too. So crack open a cold one and make any day feel like a Saturday when you use our code CHAT. That's code CHAT to get 20% off when you visit chubbyshorts.com. I mean, look how good I look, grilling, chilling, and looking like a villain. Chubby Shorts makes clothes that make every moment feel like a vacation. Some people wear tuxedo t-shirts to show that they like to party, but personally, I rock Chubby's shorts, swimsuits, and shirts by the pool, at the bar, when I'm just kicking it back with some homies. Now, I've been rocking a dad bod since I was in high school, and Chubby Shorts have been there every step along the way and have kept me looking fresh, feeling good, and feeling very confident. They have the most comfortable shorts, swimsuits, pants, polos, and even button-down shirts that'll have grandma praising how well you clean up and your girlfriend wanting to get down. It's always the weekend when you're rocking Chubby shorts, and for a limited time, Chubby's is giving our viewers at Saints Now 20% off your order when you use our code CHAT. That's code CHAT at chubbyshorts.com. You see the link at the bottom of your screen. Look how good I look by the pool. I mean, I'm absolutely rocking that fit. Go get yourself some gear. The link is in the comment section and description of this video. Support our show and tell them that we sent you. Don't blend in with the crowd. Stand out with Chubbies. So I want to add this one note here for Roderic Teamer. He is a player who in the short NFL career has found himself having some legal issues, and legal issues and off-field issues as well. In 2020, he violated the substance abuse policy with the Chargers, and he was suspended the first 4 games of the 2020 season. And in 2023, he was actually arrested in November for a DUI and speeding, and then later, just 2 days after that, was waived by Las Vegas. Now, this to me is a training camp battle move. This is a move that tells me that Dennis Allen wants to get the best players and get the most competition and the most growth out of the players that he has on his roster. And I do think that this is an uphill battle for Roderic Teamer, considering the past that he has, considering the players that they have on the roster, and considering how well some of these young guys have developed. I mean, Jordan Howden has really been impressive in his short career. I mean, last year in his rookie season, he was very, very good. Now, I really like Millard Bradford. They call him Nuke out at TCU, and I think that he could be a really good addition to the Saints safety room. And I do think Jonathan Abram does add some value. He's a veteran, and he's a smart player, and I think that he actually plays really nice alongside Tyrann Mathieu. So I do think that Roderic Teamer has an uphill battle, so we'll have to see how it shakes out at training camp, and I do think it'll be a really fun battle to watch. Now, get in the comments section for me, Saints fans. I want you to describe this move in 3 words or less. For me, my 3 words, it's not Justin Simmons. I really want Justin Simmons, and the fact that the Saints are adding to the safety depth chart and adding to the roster tells me that they are not content with the roster that they have. It tells me that they want to add more and bring more out of the players that they have. If you want to do that, go get one of the best safeties in the National Football League. I mean, the NFC South is wide open. There is absolutely no reason not to go be competitive, not to go be aggressive and go sign a player of Justin Simmons' caliber. I mean, this is the guy who leads the league in interceptions since joining the NFL after being drafted. And to be quite honest, there's absolutely no excuse as to why they can't pay him. You have about $12 million in cap space. Why would you not spend it on a player that can absolutely transform your defense and turn your defensive back group from arguably a top 3 to, hard to debate against the top 1? I mean, you have Marshawn Lattimore, Tyrann Mathieu, Paulson Adebo, Justin Simmons, and then you add in talented young players like an Alontae Taylor and a Jordan Howden. I mean, are you freaking kidding me? I mean, this not just alone because of the production he can give you on the field, but because he can develop and he can mentor Jordan Howden. He can help play in the box. He can play in the slot. He can play deep safety. He can line up anywhere you want him to play. I mean, he's still putting up incredibly good numbers. And this right here on screen, ladies and gentlemen, is my dream safety group. I think if you had this be the flight crew, nothing is getting past this unit. And especially considering what you could have as the potential group in the defensive backs. Like I said, you have Marshawn Lattimore, you have Alontae Taylor, you have Paulson Adebo as your starting 3 corners. You throw in Kool-Aid McKinstry into the mix. You throw in Jordan Howden into the mix. You throw in Jonathan Abram into the mix. And I think that this defensive back group could potentially be one of the top in the league. And not to mention, Justin Simmons is a very, very talented player against the run. And if you look back to where the New Orleans Saints struggled the most last season, it was against mobile quarterbacks and against the run. And the New Orleans Saints so many times had drives and games just absolutely killed because they could not stop a simple run, or they could not stop a broken down scramble. And Justin Simmons alone could help prevent that issue. I mean, this guy in his entire NFL career at one point had an 86.1 run defense grade. Now, that was back in 2019, but last year his run defense grade was 77.6. There is no debating whether or not this player is talented, and there's no questioning whether or not the Saints should at least go give him a call and see if he wants to play with a really nice player in Tyrann Mathieu, who also is one of his biggest cheerleaders. So let me know, Saints fans, do you want to sign Justin Simmons? Just type a simple sign or a simple pass in the comments section and share your thoughts. I can't wait to see what you have to say. I'm going to be replying to a lot of you in the comments section, so please share your thoughts and get active down below. Now, for my final thoughts, if the New Orleans Saints want to stay competitive, if they want to continue to try and win the NFC South, you have to put your money where your mouth is. You avoided a rebuild. You avoided blowing it up. You are starting to smartly eat some of the veteran money in those very expensive contracts. Be smart. This is a smart move. Justin Simmons is a damn good football player. This is a good move. Spend money wisely, and that is a wise move. If you bring in Justin Simmons, this defense is immensely better. Immediately a top 3 defense without question, and that is not even considering the pass rush. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed the show. Welcome back, I guess I should say, to New Orleans, to the newest member of the New Orleans Saints, Roderic Teamer. And hey, let's go get us some Justin Simmons. If you want more coverage, hit me up on X/Twitter at TraceGirouard48. Y'all stay golden. We'll see you next time.